the Brookhaven Town Hall and our town board meeting. And what we do is the meeting starts at 5 o'clock, but about 15 minutes before, 10 minutes before, we take time out before we start our meeting to recognize some very special people. And I'm going to talk first about people who protect our community, our firefighters. And I think they have a surprise award that they want to give, so I'll ask our firefighters from Selden to come up. And these are the guys. One gentleman is our former president of FASNYs for New York State, and the other gentleman is in charge.
Turn around so everybody can see you.
Is in charge. Why did you tell them what you're in charge of at the facility in Bridge?
Hi, good evening. My name is Tom McGregor. I'm president of Brookhaven Town Drill Team Captains Association. What that is, it's comprised of all the 39 fire departments in Brookhaven Town that actually can either compete in old-fashioned, motorized, or train at our facility that's out in Brookhaven Town. I just want to, we're here tonight, I'm here with past President Bob McConville, past commissioner from Selden Fire District. We're both members of the fire service for over 40 years. Bob's over 50. And it's just something that got started many years ago. We started watching the trainings, the competition, but it mainly was about the teamwork, and that's what the fire service is all about. And it wouldn't happen without the help of Brookhaven Town, our council, our supervisor, who's a dear friend of ours, and we appreciate everything that we do. And this is used for recruitment, retention, to bring the fire service together, the brothers, the sisters, and do the thing for the fire service and bring the community together, and that's what it's about. Over the past 30 years, we've held over 5 state tournaments there, and that's one of the traditions that's been over 100 years in New York State. And we had the pleasure of bringing it 5 times to Brookhaven Town. And one thing that we're going to recognize is Brookhaven Town facility, if not the best, it is the best. And that only happens in the state of New York. Thank you, Supervisor. But, and this happens every August. We have a competition. And every after the state tournaments, the Brookhaven Town comes together and we compete just as the town. And we've had the pleasure of doing this for over 30 years since we reorganized, but it's been happening over 70 years in Brookhaven Town. And this only happens with the help of all these people up here and letting us do this every year. So with that, we had the pleasure of dedicating our pump house to Ronnie McGagner. There's a guy from Brookhaven Town that's done a lot as not only an employee, but a man in the fire service. So we dedicated the pump house on him August 28th. And we also dedicated the whole park in the back to Eugene Gerard.
One of the longest serving councilmen in the town.
Yes, longest serving councilman. He's 99 years old. I had the pleasure with the supervisor to speak with him that day when we did the dedication. And it was a tremendous thing because without people like him, we wouldn't have the facility and the services what we did. But going on. Thanks, Jim. We also thanked our supervisor this year. We gave him a presentation and a plaque. Last year, 2 years ago, he was our Selden, we gave him a shirt, and he's an actual Selden member of our team now.
Got the T-shirt and everything.
Slow post, yeah. But with that, Brookhaven Town likes to recognize people that do for us. So this year, we'd like to present to Councilman Michael Laguercio, just to thank you for your many years of dedicated service to the volunteer fire service for preserving firemen's training grounds. From the Brookhaven officers and members of Brookhaven Town Drill Team Captains, presented August 28, 2020. Councilman, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. This is quite a surprise.
Again, I want to thank everybody up here, your parks people, your folks there. What?
Eddie Morris.
Of course, it wouldn't happen without Mr. Morris. I had a lot of good conversations. I meet with them every year before the season, and we go over everything with, I go with Mike, and all these things don't happen without him, the staff, the plumbers, the electricians. We had a breakdown, they were there, we had to pump back up in 7 minutes. They couldn't believe it. It was amazing. So without your help, their help, and the supervisor, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you. Thank you to our firefighters. I was kind enough to get their proclamation when I went down to watch these guys do their thing at the end of August. It was great. Mike is getting it tonight. Mike is a firefighter. He serves the Ridge Fire Department. He drives the ambulance. So if you ever have an emergency, he's the guy. And that's what we mean. We're very lucky with all of our board members. They're all involved in their community. They all get involved. They all believe in service above self. And this is great. And Sheldon Fire Department, always ready. That's their slogan. We have a couple others today, and I'm going to start with our town clerk. So Donna, mic is yours.
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to thank the town board for joining me in this point of personal privilege. I usually don't get to do this. This is really your job, and I just so appreciate you all for wanting to join in recognizing my staff, my Spanish-speaking staff. You know, here on Long Island, there has been a huge increase in the Hispanic population. We now have 20.2% of Long Island residents Spanish-speaking, which saw a huge increase in this last census, 33.5% increase over the 2010 census. So it's become more and more important, and it was something that I actually saw when I first was elected town clerk in this town. At that time, I had one Spanish-speaking clerk in the office. And every time a position opened, I made a point to also ask for the Spanish-speaking list from civil service and continue to chip away at it. And now I have 7 people on staff that speak Spanish in my office. And the whole goal here is to serve the public. It makes everyone's job easier in the office because the women who aren't Spanish speaking can turn over a constituent, a client, a resident over to a Spanish speaking clerk to help service them. And it really ensures that the members of the community, that all the members of the community feel they're being served by the town clerk's office. So tonight we have 2 of our Spanish-speaking clerks with us and some other members of my staff that are here to show their appreciation for how they help each day. And that is Monica Leo and Rosie Caceres. Would you please come up? Oh, I thought there was...
Can we say hola? Buenas tardes.
So there is one for you. We have one for each one of those members of my staff. They play such an important role in the office. And I know that not only do my other employees appreciate the help that they can give each day, but so do the residents when they come in and they have actually someone there that can speak their language. It becomes very important to serving the public. So I want to say thank you. And I know that the town board joins me in just showing their appreciation for all that you do for the office.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No, stay here. I will say one thing. Donna's timing is impeccable. Tomorrow starts the Hispanic Heritage Month, and 25 hours from now, about 6 o'clock, we're going to be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We are going to be having that ceremony right here in this hall. Everyone's welcome to join in that festival. It's a great time, and I'm looking forward to it, as all the board members are. Last presentation is going to be done by our 6th District Councilman, Dan Panico. And Dan, I think we're going to talk about someone that's raised some money for an excellent charity.
Sure, thank you very much. Ricky, would you like to come up? Do you want to bring your parents? And
Come on, buddy, right here.
whomever else would like to join, let me tell you all, turn and look at that camera right there.
Right, yeah.
Ricky is 7 years old. He's a third grader at Merges Elementary. And why Ricky's here tonight is because we all know it's 20 years with regard to 9/11. So Ricky, on 9/11 this year, helped raise over $4,000 for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, riding his little 14-inch bike 20 miles.
Whoa.
And it was a mile for each year.
Your legs might have hurt after that one.
Commemorating 9/11. And during that ride, and I believe it was at the Loop, the Veterans Park in Calverton, about 3/4 of the way through, Ricky took a bit of a spill. I understand you injured your leg. You went into a steep hill, crashing into a chain link fence covered in thorn bushes. But Ricky kept on going. He finished the entire 20 miles, and I'm quoting him, he refused to give up, quote, because those firemen didn't give up, so neither would he. Wow. So he continues to impress not only his parents and his loved ones who are here today, but you are an inspiration, and you have impressed us all here on the town board that we are issuing you this proclamation. You see that's your name, Ricky Taylor Day, in the town of Brookhaven. It's signed by all the members of the town board and our town clerk and tax receiver and our highway superintendent. And today is your day in the town of Brookhaven. Congratulations.
Ricky?
Congratulations, Ricky.
Ricky, my name is Mike. I'm a volunteer fireman, and there's something that I want to give you. Can I ask you to hold that a second?
Sure.
Thanks. This is a fireman's flag that I wear every day. It's got the red stripe in it, and I want to give that to you for what you did.
There